In this video, we're going to be talking about the advantage method, which is one of my favorite methods, techniques, principles, whatever you want to call it, from the reality Transurfing series and the Tufty The Priestess book, the novel by Vadim Zeland. Okay, so the advantage method is very, very, very important on the journey to your goal. Okay, so in Tufty the Priestess, first you compose reality, right? You decide what it is that you want, you become aware, you decide and visualize what it is that you want, you visualize yourself already having it, and now comes the third step, when you have to allow life to create what you want for you. And you have to go through this process with trust. And this is where the advantage method is going to be your best friend. So what is the advantage method? The advantage method is your ability to turn seemingly negative events on the journey into positive events, events that actually serve to your benefit. So let's say you have decided what you wanted and you have visualized it and you are working towards it. You're taking action towards your goal. And now on this journey, something happens that wasn't necessarily planned. Something happens that it's almost like a setback, right? Let's say you even fall and break your leg or something like that. And now you're like, I can't work for 3 months, blah, blah, blah. Whatever it may be. And you think that your mind automatically thinks that it's a setback or it's a failure or it's something really bad that's going to hold you back from achieving your goal. Something completely unexpected. Now, in that moment, you have to realize that how you react in this moment can either help you move towards your goal faster, or it can you can be the own person getting in your own way of achieving the goal by reacting in a way that takes you farther away from the goal. And the way that takes you farther away from the goal is when you automatically just react to an event that occurs in your life based on the conditioning that you have received in the past. So let's just say you do break your leg and you fall off your bike and break your leg. And now you're like, I can't work on my goal for 3 months. And this is a huge setback. Automatically, you're giving it such a negative meaning. Your mind just automatically resorts to it because that's the conditioning that it's received all of its life. It has received the conditioning that, okay, when you fall off your bike and break your leg, it is a very bad thing. It is something to be very sad about. It's something to be mad about. It's something that you can't recover from, so on and so forth. There's so many subtle definitions that your mind has underneath the surface of your perception that it is basically calculating off of all the past experiences of when you maybe broke your leg before or when you saw someone else break their leg, so on and so forth. It is just a definition that has been instilled into your mind by conditioning. And unconsciously, you have accepted this conditioning. So now when this event occurs in your life, you automatically give it that meaning. But it's not like you chose to give it that meaning. It just happened because you weren't even aware that you had a choice of how this event could unfold for you. Does that make sense? So the advantage method requires you to become more aware of the fact that every single thing that appears, that happens to you, has no meaning other than the meaning that you give it. You breaking your leg by falling off your bike doesn't necessarily have any meaning. The event is not necessarily leading to something yet until you give it a certain meaning. Because by giving it a certain meaning, by labeling the event in a certain way, you are intending for something. So you either intend consciously or unconsciously. If you just react negatively, you unconsciously give it a negative label, a negative meaning, and you are intending for that event to bring you to a negative outcome. And now that is exactly how the event will unfold. So a neutral event that occurred, even though it hurt physically, whatever, still not bad. It's not bad, or it's not good, it's not negative, it's not positive. It just is. Experiences just are. Things just are. The meaning that they get is the meaning that we give them. So that happened, a neutral event happened, you gave it a negative meaning, not knowing that you were doing so, you actually created a negative intention, and now that negative intention is going to unfold in a way which is, it's going to create a negative outcome for that event. So maybe you do, that ends up being a huge setback for you, and now you can't work on your goal for 3 months. Okay? However, now if you were to consciously go on with this process, which I'm hoping you're intending to do, let's just say the same event happens. You fell off your bike and broke your leg. Now, when the same event happens, you have to wake up and remember advantage. What is advantage? Advantage is knowing that this event will get the meaning that you give it. This event, how it unfolds, is going to be determined by how you react to the initial provocation, to the actual event. So the advantage method requires you to give every single event that happens on the journey a positive meaning. Affirming to yourself when it happens, this is exactly what was meant to happen. This is exactly what I needed to get to my goal faster. This will unfold in the best possible way for me. Everything is unfolding just the way that it should. Rejoice in the fact that this is happening. And this is going to require you to think differently than the average human being. That's why it's difficult. That's why your mind doesn't want to do it. It's only, it's going to require you to be a little bit of a weirdo and a little bit of that positive person. But it's not just blind positivity. It's awareness of the fact that the meaning that you give to this event right now is going to determine how it unfolds. So knowing that, what meaning are you going to give it? Are you going to self-sabotage and get in your own way by giving the event a negative meaning? Or are you going to consciously affirm a positive meaning onto this event and then watch it unfold in a positive way? That is your power. When you consciously do so, when you consciously affirm this event to be a positive event, you are now intending, you're creating an intention for this event to unfold in a positive direction. How it unfolds, you cannot tell. That is not up to you. That is up to life. Your job is simply to determine the label that you give to this event, the meaning that you give to it. The rest, leave it up to life. And then just simply watch it unfold. That, my friend, is the advantage method. So when things go wrong, use the principle of advantage. You could even yell out advantage just to remind yourself to wake up in that moment and not just react based on your old conditioning. Instead, wake up, affirm the event to be positive, and then keep on going. Keep on moving in the positive direction. Keep being firmly based in the energy of your goal already being achieved. Keep dwelling in the end, having that perspective that everything's already taken care of, everything's done, and then keep moving forward. Use the principle of advantage. It will do wonders for you. It will literally change negative events into positive events. Works like magic. Try it, okay? If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. If you want one-on-one coaching with me, the link is in the description box below, okay? Other than that, subscribe to this channel, and I will see you in the next video.